video is for those of you who have recently purchased some spiky balls, and just going to run through a couple of things that you can use them at home to create that restore and release sense. If you are using your own spiky balls, just make sure they're not really hard, so we want them kind of soft and squishy. Okay, so let's begin. Come on down onto your back, and we're going to start with a little bit of pelvic release. So place the two balls in underneath your pelvis, so fairly close together, and we want to think about just letting everything be really heavy. So head is heavy, shoulders are heavy, pelvis is heavy. Feel free to move the balls around. You might feel they want to be up or down. You don't want them so high they're on your lower back. We don't want them so low that they're on your glutes. You want to be somewhere around the back of that pelvis. From here, let's just take a couple of breaths. So full breath in through the nose, full breath out through the mouth. And again, we're looking to create that heaviness through the body. So we're sinking heavy onto the balls, pelvis heavy, shoulders heavy, head is heavy. Full breath in, full breath out. Then we're just going to start a little rock side to side. So we are rolling a little to the right, rolling a little to the left. And just start to create a sense of how the body feels here. Is there any tension or tightness around the back of the pelvis? And then you're coming back to center, and we're going to start to create a little tilt. So we're going to tip the pelvis forward, so we're creating this little arch. Then pressing down through the feet, we're going to tip the pelvis back as if we're moving behind the balls. So we're tipping forward, and then we're tipping back. And see, can you allow some movement around your ribs, around your head? So we're not holding anything rigid, so we're not creating any more tension around the neck and shoulders, we're just allowing everything to move. So as we arch forward, you'll notice ribs flare up, chin tucks towards the chest. As we tip back, ribs drop down, head drops away. If this is creating any tension or issues anywhere, we don't need to push into this so much. So it's more about creating that easy movement, letting everything be fairly relaxed here. So we're looking to move from a place of ease to restore alignment. Hand twice more. Check in, you're still breathing, always helps. Okay, from here then, we are going to take the balls a little bit lower now. So they're a little bit more towards your glutes, so a little bit lower, a little bit wider. And so it's almost like your pelvis is kind of sitting down towards the mat. So this is more to release tightness and tension around kind of glutes and around the hips. So we're going to let our right knee just open out to the side. So obviously this is bringing a little bit more weight onto the ball under that right hip. We're going to stand into that left leg, create this little twist towards the right, and then just back off that a little bit. So this is where we might find those delightful points of tension. So you can choose here. So obviously the more you press to the right, the more weight on the ball, the more tense it's going to be. The more you back off, the less it's going to be. So you can just do a couple of little nudges. You can choose to stay on the ball, maybe do a little circle. And feel free to move the ball around here. Maybe it needs to go slightly higher, maybe slightly lower. And again, just notice what's happening the rest of you. Can you keep head heavy, shoulders relaxed? Just notice, do we automatically create any tension anywhere else, or can we keep that state of calm through the body, that state of ease. And then let's do the same on the other side. So we're going to let that left knee open out. We're pressing into right leg to create that little twist around the pelvis. Checking you're still breathing. And again, feel free to move the ball around. Might need to come up slightly higher. The points of tension will kind of feel different side to side. Maybe do a little rock side to side, a little nudge up and down. Again, do whatever you feel you need. And then we can come on back, and you're going to take the balls out from there and let everything just kind of rest heavy again. And really now just notice that sense of heaviness of the back of the pelvis down on the mat here. I'm going to reach both arms up in the room. Again, holding balls just about over shoulders. A little bit of space between feet and knees. We're going to roll up into our bridge here, standing down into feet, and then rolling back down. So again, we're not too concerned with how high we're lifting up here. It's more this idea of pressing down into your feet, reaching knees over toes. Can we create some length through the body? And then just letting everything fall back down. Pressing through the feet, hover up. Feel that connection of heels and toes down into the mat, and then rolling back down. And then we're going to add a little bit of coordination with this. So as we are rolling up, we're going to reach arms overhead. As we come back down, arms come back in. We roll up and reach. And rolling back down. Still that same idea, standing into feet, knees reaching away. Twice more. And once more. And then we roll all the way back down. From here, bring feet and knees together. We're going to roll up into that top bridge position. You're going to stand into the left foot. You're going to reach that right leg just to tabletop. So from here, we're going to open that right arm out to the side. Pull back to center, open left arm out to the side. Really get that sense of standing heavy into that left foot for 4. Stay breathing. 3, 2, 1. And then bring right foot down, press into right foot. We're going to hover up that left leg. And again, we open out. Stay breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 2 feet down, come all the way back down. One more little bit here, come back up into bridge. You can choose, if you want more support from your arms, you can let arms come on down. Otherwise, keep them reaching up. We're going to tip pelvis down to the right. So it's as if we're going to drop the right hip down towards the mat. Press then through that right foot, level hips off again. You're going to dip down to the left side. And then come on back. Dip down. And then come on back. And we're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way back down, open arms out. We'll do a little twist here. So both knees can go one way, head can go the other. And back to center, and then the other side. And once more each way. Okay, Okay, from here then you're going to hold on to one, and then we're going to roll over onto our front. So ball is going to come in underneath hip, so we want to bring it underneath hip bone close to kind of groin area. So you're popping ball in under there, and obviously you can feel free to move it around, see where it needs to be. Head can rest down on the arms, and you're just going to give that little kind of wiggle side to side here, so kind of hips rolling side to side. Obviously as you roll onto the left, it's going to be a little bit more pressure on the ball. As you roll off to the right, it's going to be a little bit less pressure on the ball. If this is wildly uncomfortable, obviously move the ball around. You can release the pressure by just tipping off to the right a little bit. From here, finding whatever pressure is fairly comfortable on that left side. We do want to find a little bit of weight kind of down onto left hip. We're going to do a little bit of our pelvic tilts here, like what we did on our back, that we're tipping pelvis forward and back. So we're thinking about moving between your belly button and pubic bone. As we tip towards the pubic bone, tail tucks under, we tip towards belly button, tail sticks out. So that little bit of movement. Obviously you will feel kind of glutes and legs working here a little bit, but just check in that you're not over squeezing things, so we're not trying to tense or tighten or create more tension anywhere. We're just trying to create that ease of movement. And next time we have a little bit of that tuck under, you're going to pause there, so you're keeping that little bit of weight on the ball. You're going to just reach back through the left leg, create a little bit of length, and then release that down. We're going to go for 3, 2, 1, and then you can take the ball out. And again, just let the hips wiggle a little side to side. We're going to open your right arm out to the side. The left hand can come somewhere underneath your shoulder. We'll do a little bit of a twist here. So we're going to hover that left leg. Pressing through that left arm, we're going to reach up and over, creating that little bit of a twist. And then release, come on back. 2 more like that. Reach back through that left leg. Reach it up and over. And then releasing back. And once more. Lengthening out, reaching through the leg. And then come on back. Okay, from here we're going to go one more little bit on this side. So the ball is now going to come a little bit higher, so it's higher up, more so kind of just inside pelvis as opposed to hips, so kind of lower abdominals. Not the most pleasant, so maybe don't do this after your dinner. You want to, again, give a little wiggle side to side that you can get a little bit more kind of weight down onto that left side. And you can just take a couple of deep breaths here. On the breath in, we are releasing down onto the ball. On the exhale, just releasing that. So it's like you're using the breath to expand down into your abdomen to increase the pressure on that ball, and then release. Do once more. And then you're going to prop yourself onto your forearms. And we're going to do a little bit of our flexion extension here. So starting with the head, chin is going to tuck towards the chest. We're going to round through the spine, we're curling, and then we're going to roll back down. So we create that little lift, and then again. So we are starting with the head, rolling through the spine, pressing through the forearms. Think like your cat-cow. And once more. And then we can come up from there. Okay, we're going to do all of that on the other side. So take the ball, place it underneath your right hip. So again, it's quite low down here. More kind of groin area, so a little bit deeper as opposed to out towards the edge. Start with head drop down, give that little wiggle side to side. And then we're coming back to those pelvic tilts. So again, you choose how much weight you want to keep on that, on the ball. Obviously, the more you are to the right, the more intense this is going to be. To reduce that, you just tip off to the left a little bit. And then from here, we're doing those little tilts. So we're tipping between pubic bone and belly button. Again, tail tucking under, tail fanning out. And again, not so much that we're squeezing or tensing anything here. If you feel that happening, just make the movement a little bit less. So really small tip between that belly button and pubic bone. And then we're going to keep that sense of kind of press through pubic bone, that sense of pelvis tucked under. We're going to reach and lengthen that right leg, a little hover off the mat, and then release back down. Reach, and then release. Twice more. And then release down. Okay, from here, take ball out. Again, just let everything wiggle out a little bit. You're going to take left arm out long, right hand flat so that it's somewhere outside your mat. We want to hover this right leg. We're going to come into a little bit of rotation. We're going to reach that right leg up and over, opening front of hip, rotating pelvis, and then come on back. 2 more like that. Press into the right hand, hover up and over, and then release, come on back. Once more. And then come on back. And then from here, let's take the ball and we're bringing it in under, inside pelvis, kind of lower abdominal area. And again, you can let head rest down on hands. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. Full breath in. As you breathe in, you are expanding down onto the ball. Exhale, release. Twice more. And once more. From there, then prop yourself up onto forearms. And we're doing our little cat-cow thing here. So chin falls to chest. We're going to round through the spine. And then we roll back down. Chest and head lift. Twice more. Chin to chest. Pressing down through forearms, finding that flexion. And then we'll roll it back down. Lifting and lengthening. Once more. Okay, from here we're going to come onto hands and knees. So hands are going to be under shoulders, feet are under, no, that's your knees. Knees are under hips, and we're going to do a little bit of, just a little bit of regular cat-cow, rounding up, rolling down. That flexion, and then into that extension. And once more. And then we're going to come on up to standing. I'm going to give a little massage to those feet. So just take the ball, take it under one foot, give it a little roll out. So rolling forward and back. And you want to think about kind of the more weight you bring down or put down onto that foot, the better. Think about inner arch, up round, toes, ball of foot. Might be helpful to hold on to something here for balance. And then you want to let that heel come down. So keep the ball kind of under, ball of foot somewhere, heel stays down, and we're just going to press into that and then release that. So again, increasing pressure down onto the ball and then releasing. And once more. And then let's do the same on the other side. So give it a little roll around, increase the weight down through that right foot. Nice little foot massage. Don't forget inner arches, up around the toes. You can do as much of this as you like. And then again, you're going to let your heel come down, kind of ball of foot and toes on the ball. And again, you're just going to sink into that and then release. And twice more. And then from here, a little bit of space between feet and knees. Just pedal out ankles, knees, hips. Take feet then a little bit wider. We'll take a full breath in, reaching arms up. Exhale, come on down, let chin drop down. So again, just notice here even the weight of the head. See, can you let go of some of that tension around kind of the back of the neck. Do once more like that, breath in. Reach up, breath out. Drop down. And once more. And this time just let arms drop on down. Give shoulders a little roll out. And that's just a little bit of release and restore with the spiky balls. And I hope you enjoyed it.